What if I told you there's a fortune in untapped savings hidden right inside your company's purchasing process? Savings that you're probably leaving on the table day after day. Okay, let's get into it, because AI is about to completely change the game for strategic sourcing.
So let's just start with this number right here, 70%. According to the research, that's how much of the potential savings in strategic sourcing most companies, well, they just never even touch it. It's just gone. So you gotta ask, why? How is that even possible?
Well, here's the thing. The problem isn't a lack of tools or fancy software. It's a people problem, or more specifically, a capacity problem. Strategic sourcing today is still super manual, and it all depends on a handful of experts. And that right there is the bottleneck. And this bottleneck has some pretty major consequences.
And that consequence is a massive power imbalance. See, when your experts are totally swamped, they can't dig into the details on every single thing. And when that happens, you lose control. It creates a situation where your suppliers end up dictating the price, not you.
Okay, so this really gets to the heart of it. On the left, you've got history-based pricing. This is how most companies do it. You pay what you pay, well, because that's what you've always paid. And let me tell you, suppliers love this. But on the right, that's the goal, fact-based pricing. This is knowing what you should pay based on a real breakdown of materials, labor, manufacturing costs, the whole shebang.
So, what's the price tag on that gap between what you're paying and what you should be paying? Look at this, 11 to 18%. That is pure profit, just vanishing into thin air, all because of that lack of transparency.
All right, so the big question is, how do we get that money back? How do we flip the script and take back control? Well, this is where AI comes into the picture. It's about building a system that gives you, the buyer, total visibility.
So yeah, let's just ask it directly. How do you close that 11 to 18% gap? How do you stop making decisions based on gut feelings and start making them like a pro, with hard data?
The answer is all about a massive leap in analytical firepower. We're talking a tenfold increase, 10x the capacity. That's what AI delivers. It lets your team of experts do the kind of deep dive analysis that was just impossible before, and they can do it over and over again at scale.
And this whole system, it has a name, the AI sourcing cockpit. And that's the perfect way to think about it. It's like you're the pilot, and this is your command center, giving you every piece of data you need to fly straight and make those critical decisions with absolute confidence.
Now let's be super clear on this. This is not about replacing your experts. Not at all. It's about giving them superpowers. Your people are still the pilots in the cockpit, making the big strategic calls. The AI agents, they're the flight crew, doing all the heavy-duty data crunching in the background. Okay, so how does this cockpit really work? Well, don't think of AI as some mysterious black box. Instead, picture a team, a specialized crew of AI agents, and each one has a very specific job to do. All right, let's meet the team. First up, you've got agent number 1, the sourcing strategist. Think of this one as your master analyst. Its whole job is to build the rock-solid, data-driven foundation for everything that comes next. And check this out. Users feed it the messy stuff, technical drawings, data sheets, you name it. The strategist just eats it up. It breaks it all down into every single cost driver and spits out a super detailed should-cost analysis. We're not talking a ballpark figure here. We're talking a precise, data-backed target price. Okay, next on the team is the RFX Scout. This agent takes that brilliant analysis from the strategist, and honestly, it basically weaponizes it for your request for proposal.
So the Scout uses that should-cost analysis to automatically build an incredibly detailed RFP. And this is not your typical run-of-the-mill request. It puts the target price right in there and asks pointed questions about specific costs. It forces your suppliers to justify their numbers right from the get-go.
Now for the fun part. Agent number 3, the closer. This is your negotiation specialist. Its job is to take all those supplier responses and craft an unbeatable game plan for your human negotiator.
So the closer crunches all the bids, stacks them up against that benchmark, and builds a complete negotiation playbook. It literally hands your expert the exact talking points. Things like, hey, I noticed your welding costs are 15% over benchmark. Why's that? It completely takes the guesswork out of negotiation.
And last but not least, once you've shaken hands on the deal, the contractor steps in to wrap it all up. This agent makes sure every penny you fought for gets locked into the final agreement.
It automatically drafts the supply contract, weaving in every single one of those negotiated points.
Then it packages everything up perfectly so you can just drop it straight into your procurement system. No more manual entry, no more mistakes. So, you see, when you put all these agents together on one team, what you get is this seamless, powerful workflow. It takes you all the way from messy, raw data to a finalized, high-value deal.
I mean, the difference is just night and day, right? The old way is slow, it's manual, it's basically a guessing game. The new way, it's lightning fast, it's data-driven, and it frees up your best people to stop being analysts and start being strategists. So, what does this all mean for you? Let's boil it down. 1, you unlock that 11 to 18% in savings that's just been sitting there. 2, you free up your experts to do high-value strategic work. 3, you walk into every negotiation armed with undeniable facts. And 4, you basically professionalize your entire sourcing operation from top to bottom.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. For decades, sourcing has been treated like an art, based on relationships and gut feelings. What happens to your business, what happens to your bottom line, when your next negotiation is no longer an art, but a science?